This go around with Tulsa, they've lost 2 out of 3, but the last 2 games they played decent.
Yeah, they played great at Central Florida. A tough loss for them. I thought they played harder. They were the more aggressive team. They probably deserved to win that game. So they've always played well against us. Frank does a very good job, and Tulsa they play small, but they get away with it because they play extremely hard. They have tough kids. Got a lot of respect for their talent. Jeffries and Igbano and Octavius, his brother, Gerard Horn, really shooting the lights out. So Taplin's a veteran guard. I mean, they're a solid team. They beat Kansas State, and nobody seems to be able to beat the Big 12. So they've always played well against us.
Any different ideas on their 3-point shooting?
Yeah, don't let them catch it stepping into the line. But it's not. You can talk as a coach about a lot of things. They play when a team plays small and spreads you out. It's hard to defend them because they can beat you off the dribble, and when they kick it out, they make guarded threes. It's hard. So. That being said, it's not like we gave up. What was the score at the end of regulation? 59 all. So it's not like we gave up a ton of points. Their defense was a problem for us. I just think they play small and get away with it, and it helps them on offense, and it doesn't kill them on the backboard of defense because they got tough kids.
They played basically 7 guys. 6 of them hit multiple threes. How much stress does that put on the defense when it's every guy on the floor?
Watch Golden State. Any team that you can space the floor, but if guys don't make shots, it doesn't put stress on your defense. So when teams start making every shot, it puts a lot of stress on your defense, a whole lot of stress on your defense. So it's just that they've played this way for a while. Since Frank's been there, they've just gone kind of small with 4 guards, 4 and 5. He takes Igbano out and plays Dry Horn at center. They play 5 shooters.
Is there anything unique about playing the team twice in 2 weeks?
I don't know, but we've done it before. I don't know if it makes the game different because the teams know each other. I guess theoretically you would think it'd be harder to score because the kids know the personnel better. But I think all league games, even if when you get into the league play, the teams know each other much better. Whether you play them in a couple weeks or you play them sometime during the conference season. I think conference basketball is what it is.
What are they doing defensively without your problem?
They're physical around the rim. It's hard to get the ball at the rim. I think good defensive teams don't let you get the ball to the rim. They draw. They're a great charge-taking team. They rotate early defensively. They follow their scouting report, and they're hard. You got to make some shots against us. We did not. We did early, and then we went high school. Like Kane saved us. So hey. Games take on a life of their own, so, Kane made some. Justin, obviously, was a non-factor, just crawling out of bed to playing the game. So, they do some different things, but not to bore you with their style of defense, but at the end of the day, what they do, it's hard to get the ball to the rim against them, so you don't get a lot of easy baskets. And they're physical, and I say that as a compliment. They take up space. They try to beat you to spots. They don't. They do a good job on the defensive back.
How was this resourcefulness the team has showed lately for surprising?
Yeah, I think
those games.
Well, I think we needed to up our pride level and understand the situation we were in. I think outside of 10 teams in the country, everybody's fighting to build a resume for the tournament. And you have to, so we've called attention to our situation. It's not a given. So you've got to play every game like you have to win. And the problem in our conference is there's very good teams like Tulsa that maybe doesn't have the RPI of some other teams. Although Wichita State dominated Baylor, who just keeps winning now in the Big 12. Tulsa beat Kansas State, who keeps winning every game in the Big 12. But if you look at the metric stuff, our league doesn't have the numbers. But anybody that's watching the games is saying, boy, the American's really good this year. You know, how good the American is, because the middle of the pack is so much better than it's been. So, you know, other leagues, they seem to get away with losses a lot easier than if you lose a game in your team in our league.
It's probably why you're not ranked.
I would think so, you know, absolutely. And I'm not just talking about, because the top 25s are relevant. It's the other metrics that they're all using.
You said you call attention to situation being that there's no guarantee you're going to make the
Exactly. Right. You know, 100%. You know, it hadn't really been a huge, you know, for guys in our program, especially, you know, Jaron, Nasir, you know, anybody other than Justin and Trey. The guys that have only been here 2 years or less, which is everybody but Justin and Trey, making a tournament is a foregone conclusion. They win 30, 31 games. So they haven't really been in, the majority of our team hasn't been in a situation saying, hey man, you know, we're in resume building mode. We got to win every game, every game.
You told us a lot how offense is not this team's problem. What has allowed you guys to be so efficient this season?
I think that our Nas and Trey, Eliel, Muhammad, who hasn't had a chance to play, have allowed, because they're so much more effective at screening, where Kyle and Gary can make a three. These guys are much better screeners, which allows you to be more efficient in whatever you're trying to execute. So we just do it differently. You know, where last year, those guys weren't very good screeners at all, but they could shoot. So all we really had to do was have spacing and share the ball last year. I would have liked to have executed, but they just weren't they weren't the best screeners in the world. So Eliel, Trey, Nas were really good at off the ball stuff, screening, slipping, fighting for position, whatever, but getting their teammates in.
That pairs well with Jaron, obviously.
Well, it pairs well with Jaron. Also, you know, your guards that can, you know, they can make passes to guys coming off screens. So it's just, you know, there's a lot of ways to skin a cat on offense.
Is any of it surprising to you so far this year?
No, because I knew that, you know, those guys were in practice. I saw it. So we would run, you know, like last year when we were running offense, Nas and Trey's team, they would execute the plays better, where Gary and Kyle's team would have better spacing and they just shot it way better. They spread the floor better. So, you know, it's obviously, I'm in practice. You didn't see it because game night you saw Kyle and Gary. You know, in practice time, I could tell. I saw it.
With Jaron, obviously, some of the talk is about like the technical against the kid on against Wichita State. What is it about him that gets under people's skin? Is just that he's good?
Well, I think people just kids are being. I say this is every coach. Kids are being challenged. Like you know, you got to guard this guy. You got to deny him. You got to. They're so gassed up to defend him. That's never going to stop. Some kids are going to take that to another level when they're defending him. Could be with their hands, could be with their body, could be grabbing. Some guys could be with talking. It's part of basketball.
He seems to kind of thrive.
Yeah, you know, he just got like I was happy. He just started laughing when it happened.
In terms of his play, that seems to get him going sometimes.
Yeah, I don't always, you know, I've been around the gym my whole life. I don't think it's real smart to wake up the best player. And the last thing you should do is start chirping at a guy that is really hard to defend. And that's what makes people happen. I know when